Hey, good morning, my friends. MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregros here with the MLive Morning Weather Update brought to you by Consumers Energy. A little misty in a lot of places this morning. You might look at radar on your phone, and that's the most popular weather item to look at. And you might not see anything, and some of this mist and drizzle oftentimes is so tiny that the radars do not pick it up. So you could get a little damp this morning, but that should be winding down. And then some really nice weather, and we will have to face what happens with Hurricane. I haven't actually heard it pronounced because I don't watch any of the Weather Channel or anything like that, but Hurricane Helen or Helena, maybe. We'll have to watch what that does to our region. I'll get into that here too. We always watch for those kind of things. All right, so start off with the radar. Northern Lower Michigan, northeast. Lower, Alpena, Rogers City, Sheboygan. You have showers around into West Branch area. And again, in the southwest corner, South Haven down to Benton Harbor, St. Joe, South Bend, Indiana, a few showers. But otherwise, you don't see anything. And that's why I said drizzly out there, but nothing that is real significant. So I would call today, I guess I would call this morning damp and this afternoon dry. We're going to see that here on our radar forecast. And so remember, this is a model that shows us what the rain should do. Some rainfall reports, 2.9 inches in Miyawataka. That's, I guess you'd say it's up by Cadillac, maybe. So this morning, this is 11 o'clock. Note the showers around Saginaw and Bay City and the Thumb in the north. So in the Saginaw Valley, as we call it, you could have, some light rain showers this morning. This is noon, 1, 2 o'clock. Still, even in the northeast, some spritzels of a 5 or 10 minute shower. 5 o'clock, 6, 7, 8. So Ann Arbor, Detroit, Lansing, Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, misty for the next couple of hours, and then probably dry after that. This is a good way to show you too. This is that same model with its total rainfall for today. And you could see the Thumb through Saginaw, Bay City, Midland has some accumulation of rainfall, less than 1/10 of an inch. Northeast, a little more, and then you get to Grand Rapids and Lansing and Kalamazoo, Ann Arbor, Detroit area, Oakland County, and you don't see any measurable amounts in the forecast. Okay, so now we move on to improving weather in that we get some sunshine back. Some of us have had decent rainfall. Many of us have had a useful rainfall over the last few days. Some very heavy spots. We're seeing some reports of maybe up to 7 inches of rain yesterday. But now we get back into the sunshine. So here's the hurricane. Hurricane, I guess I better figure out how to pronounce that. I better turn the Weather Channel on for a minute so I can hear how they say it. But Hurricane Helen, I guess it is, will probably make landfall in what they call the Big Bend region of Florida. That's where the peninsula that sticks down connects with the Panhandle. And then it comes northward, Tennessee, Kentucky, and then it backs up to the west. This is Saturday morning. We'll look at it a little bit closer, and it hangs to our south, and these things are notorious for throwing curves to the modeling. I would believe it through about Saturday, but then I think keep an eye on it, and I think there's probably good reason to believe that it opens up and pulls northward, at least into the eastern part of Michigan, maybe Sunday or Monday. Model's not showing that just yet, but we'll have to see. Now, here's into next week. We get a cold front. We get probably a fallish cold front, very short-lived though. Probably not a frost, is already a day later. The southwest winds are roaring back and we get into warmer temperatures. And I do want to remind you that When I talk about warmer temperatures a week out at this time of the year, it will likely not be as warm as the last one because we're losing the power of the sunshine and the heating power of the sunshine with every day. So when I say we go back to warmer temperatures, it's not 80s by next week. It's probably back to 70s, and eventually it will be warmer than normal and struggle to hit 70 degrees. So we're going to get there, and fall is going to come, just no sign of it just yet. All right, let's look a little bit closer here. Same model. We like it, and this is tomorrow, and it's a great day tomorrow. We should see the sunshine coming out. And here's Friday. This is a work skipper Friday for sure. And here's Saturday, midday. The rain shield may be making it up to the border. That might spread some high clouds into the southern half of lower Michigan. But right now, Saturday across Michigan is looking fantastic, fairly warm. This is Sunday, still fairly warm. And then this one never quite gets the remnants of what should be Hurricane Helen into our region, and it brings a cold front through next week. Stands to reason. We're getting to the time of the year where the cold fronts are going to come every 3 to 5 days. Hey, good morning, Nick Schweitzer. How much at the Schweitzer orchards in rainfall? And are all the apples harvested already, or are you still working on that? So today we're around 70. And tomorrow we tack on a few degrees to 5 degrees, with more sun in the north. Traverse City and Cadillac and Petoskey could be 75, and Gaylord 75, 76 maybe even. Grand Rapids 75 tomorrow, and on the east side of the state we'll call it 73 to 75 degrees for Thursday. For Friday we're well into the 70s, maybe some spots approaching 80, maybe the UP approaching 80, 81 degrees. Saturday 75 to 80 I think is a good way to call. All right, he says 1.4 inches in, I think it's Sparta. Still harvesting, should be done by the 3rd week of October. That's got to be a good feeling for a farmer to have their crop in the bin, or however you say it. Saturday, Sunday, well into the 70s to near 80 degrees. Monday, upper 70s to near 80. And then remember, at some point next week, we get a cold front and gives us a few days with highs in the 60s to maybe 70. Did want to show you one last thing here. This is the extended forecast. Let me get it so it fits here for you. So 6 to 10 day forecast to April 4th is for a warmer than normal temperatures. Normal at that point would probably be in the, I think it's in the low to mid 60s. So warmer than normal, maybe gets us to 70. And then the 8 to 14 day forecast is continued warmer than normal through October 8th. So right now, no frost anywhere in sight would be one thing that I would say out of this forecast. And the watch out for the weekend and early next week is what happens with the remnants of the hurricane that will be hitting somewhere in the southeast, somewhere most likely in what they call the Big Bend region of Florida. What happens with that? Does that moisture eventually make it up to us? If it meanders back to Missouri, my experience shows that eventually, as a cold front comes, it attracts that, it comes along the cold front, we get some of the enhanced moisture, and in this case it wouldn't be a bad thing for us because still many of us are an inch or two too dry. So there's your forecast. Enjoy the mist this morning, enjoy the drier weather this afternoon, and get that Work Skipper Friday plan all worked out. Take care. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update, brought to you by Consumers Energy.